My name is Mzamo. I'm basically here to tell you how you can use technology platforms to grow your business. That's what I'm interested in, is how we use technology to grow businesses. And most importantly, how to become a better storyteller. All businesses need storytellers, and you need to be great storytellers. And you can use technology platforms to do that. So what's Canva? Canva exists really to empower the world to design, to empower all Africans to design. It's actually an online visual platform. So an online visual platform is anything that helps you remember. So let me give you some science on neuroscience. When you see a picture and you see that text message, you are more likely to remember the picture than what is written. But most of you write a lot. Some of you have websites and you write essays. No one's gonna read your essay. You need to invest more in visual communication. So that's where we're going, visual. Most people just remember visuals. And this is what some of the things that you can do in the ecosystem on Canva. You can publish, you can print, you can do design templates, you can do a lot of design templates. I'll show you at the end what some of the design templates that you can use. These are the Canva products. So for anyone who wants to know, like, what are the Canva products? The first product is Canva Free. If I'm a small medium business, that's the first one I use. Free is good. And it's got most of the features that you need to start a business. For example, if you want to do social posts, you can design a social post on Canva and then move it into Facebook, Insta, YouTube, Snapchat, you name it. So you can design it on Canva. If you want to do a pitch presentation, you can do that on Canva. If you want to design a website and you don't have a website developer and you don't have the money to go and get someone to develop a website for you, you can do that on Canva and host it in Canva or host it outside Canva. If you want to design, if you're still hustling, someone is looking and you want to help people with resumes, you can design them on Canva and then sell them the resume and it look like you designed it. So, and also you can do video editing. If you're not good at video editing, you can edit a video on Canva. You can actually edit highlight reels on Canva and then put them on all your social media. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do. You don't have to be a skilled graphic designer. You don't have to. Actually, if I'm a business owner, small business owner, I am looking for ways not to pay anyone anything and do it myself and it looks like I'm great. So this is the thing that will make you look. So Canva Free, the next one is Canva Pro. Canva Pro is a subscription-based product. It's 900 Rand a year, not a month. 900 Rand a year. And what it has that Canva Free does not have, it's all the AI features like Magic Write, Magic Studio, Magic Editing, all the stuff that you can prompt it to do things for you, rather than you trying to be imagining things. For example, when I create slides, I prompt Magic Write and I say I want a slide that shows this image that has these words and then it will create the slide for me. And I don't have to think about that. And I just look like I have great slides. The other thing is, for those who run non-profits, if you run a non-profit, you can actually use Canva non-profit for free. So if you run a non-profit, you can actually have Canva for free. All you need to do is go on Canva or Google search and say Canva non-profits and then register as a non-profit and then add your CIPC, a document that proves that you are a non-profit. You know, there are those who say there are things they are not. So just add something that proves you are what you say you are. And then the other one is, if you are in education, if you are a social entrepreneur that is in education, you can actually have Canva education for free for anyone who's in primary school and high school. So they can have Canva education for free. And it's got all the features that they need to improve education outcomes. So these are the products that exist within Canva. If you are at university, higher education, post-grade 12, you can have Canva Campus. Canva Campus is for anyone who is at a higher education institution. You just need to ask your university, and some universities already have Canva. Now, I thought I would be a blesser and give you something. So if you scan that QR code, you can get Canva Pro for free for 30 days. And then you can try it yourself. So I'm just letting you, Christmas came in. So this is your spring Christmas. So just you can scan that, and if I continue and you didn't manage, you can ask the team that's sitting there, they will give you that QR code, and then you can try Canva Pro for free for 30 days for yourself. And then Canva is for everyone, basically. If you're a student, you're a teacher, you're an entrepreneur, you're a non-profit, you're a business person, you can use Canva. And now, why does visual storytelling matter? I've already told you, your brain processes visuals 60,000 faster than text. 60, your brain. So you don't need to have a letter to date someone. They just need to look at you. And they will make up their mind by just looking at you. So it matters how you look if you want to create leads. So you need to look the part, then you will create leads. Then the other part is all the data that's been done on visual storytelling, you are 20 times more likely to remember facts if it's part of a visual story. You are 30% likely to increase conversion if you use visual storytelling. So already we know that visual storytelling works. The other thing you need as a small medium business are these 4 V's. You need to invest in video. And it doesn't matter whether it's short format, long format, it just needs to be a good video. No one has ever complained that you used a wrong phone. And you can shoot the video on your phone. You don't need expensive equipment to shoot a video. You just need to invest in more video. The second thing is you need to invest in voice. What do I mean with voice? Most of your websites, some of you have websites, you will see that you don't have a feature in your website that allows the person to not read but listen. Most people don't want to read, they want to listen. But you don't invest in voice, you always want to write, just to show off that you can write. Just invest in voice. And by the way, most of your WhatsApp notes are in voice, not in text. Most of you do voice notes, not text. So why in your businesses do you always text a lot when people are actually using voice? The other one is visuals. You need to have great visual photography. Photography works. And the last thing is mother tongue. Most businesses, vernacular is mother tongue in this case. Most of your things are written in English, but you're selling to people who don't speak English, who don't dream in English, who don't have English problems. None of them, all of you don't dream in English. It's only when you don't have big problems, then you dream in English. But when you have big problems, you dream in your mother tongue. So why are you not in love with your mother tongue? But you are small, medium businesses, but you think you must say it in English. No, we know now mother tongue is 3 times more effective than English. Because when you speak to someone in their mother tongue, you talk to their heart. When you speak to them in English, you speak to their head. That's why, like, when you are angry, you know the word that comes first is your mother's word, not English. So why are you not using it to grow your businesses? These are the 4 things that you need to use to grow your business. And they work, and we know it works. Especially this thing about mother tongue. Do you know that South Africa, 95% of advertising in South Africa is in English? Only less than 8% of South Africans speak English as first language at home. Less than 8%. speak English as well. There are more Afrikaans speaking people in this country than there are English speaking people in this country. But I don't see, look even here, if you look here, there's so much English. Not enough Afrikaans, not even Sisotho or Zulu or Xhosa. Why? Look at this demography. You don't dream in English. I know you don't dream in English. Most of you, Aisha, you don't. Like, you have two big problems. You can't dream, and your ancestors don't come speaking English. So if you dreamt of your ancestor yesterday, they were not speaking English. They were speaking your mother tongue. And they will even give you lotto in your mother tongue, not in English. So I don't understand this problem. So the other things then that we want is just, we need you to level up your visual communication skills. Now, I thought, instead of just telling you these things, I can also send you somewhere where you can learn how to improve your visual communication skills. The first place is, there's another QR code. You can actually do a graphic design essential certification for free that helps you improve your design skills. So that's something that you can do when you leave here at night. Instead of going to the Shibin, you can spend 5 hours learning and upskilling. Instead of drinking the other drink, you can drink this one. And then you upskill and you grow your business. This is a graphic design course. The other thing you can do is you can also join the Canva Africa design community. So if you want to be a member of a design community, you want to learn more about design, you want to be a great designer, or you just want to learn about visual communication and ask other people, how do I create a business card? How do I create a logo? How do I create an invoice template? All of that you can do on Canva. And you can ask the community to help you to do those things for free. Always go free first, then pay. The other one you can do, now this is for people who want to have a side hustle, who can design. You can design a template, you can design an element, you can design a presentation, and if you want to do that and earn money and make money, the problem I have with Africans, most of us, is we are consumers of content, but we don't create content that makes money. And I need us to move away from content that just we consume, but we must create content that we can monetize. Now, if you want to do that, you can join the Canva creator community, but you have to apply to join this one, and you have to have a portfolio of evidence that you can design. And if you can do that, then what happens is once they let you in, every time you design, and if your design is used in South Africa and all over the world, you earn a royalty fee. So that's a side hustle. So if you want, you can do on top of the business, that if you really love design, and you can design for education, you can design for non-profits, you can design for small medium businesses, you can design, like if recently someone helped a lady design, they had a birthday for their dog. Their dog turned 1. I know that the black people are like, and then? Okay, the Takis, I know you are wondering what was happening, but the dog turned 1. And the dog is diabetic. And it's on Instagram. And we had all of that put in the poster for the dog, and we invited other dogs. See, hey, this is life. Hey guys, that's why you need to run your businesses in mother tongue. If you're struggling with this story, mother tongue. The other thing is, you can also use Canva Design School. That's another area you can learn to become a great visual online communicator. You can use Canva Design School. In there, it's actually at your own pace. You can go in and even get certification for those people who love certificates. You can even get certification. You can learn like AI in the classroom, marketing with Canva, how to do Canva for work. All of those things you can learn there. In Canva for non-profits, Canva for school, Canva for my business. You can all learn videos, there's tutorials, you can learn them at your own pace, and then you can also apply them in real time in your business. So these are the 4 things you can do to upskill yourself to do better in visual online communication. The last one is, if you don't go to any of these and you just want a YouTube channel, there's a gentleman, he actually works at Canva. and he's based in Ghana. His name is Benjamin. He runs a YouTube channel where he goes through a lot of videos on how to do stuff. So you can just go in there and you say, I actually want to create a brand kit for my business. I want to create a website. I want to create a logo. I want to create a business card. I want to create a pitch for my business. Most of his videos about how to do that in Canva. So I've given you 4 or 5 places you can use to upskill yourself on visual online communication. So what I thought, I'd already told you about the creator program, but I just wanted you to know that I need more creators who can design things that look South African, that look Limpopo. Like if I go to the Eastern Cape and I'm in there and I geolocate the Eastern Cape, when I look at the templates, they must look like that place. But I won't be able to do that if I don't have creators who come from those places. So when I go to Alex and I geolocate Alex, it must look Alex. But we need creators, which means we need people here who can create and make money. So it's not free. You can make money. So here are some of the things you can do on Canva. You can do a website. You can do a social post. You can do videos. You can do letterheads. And by the way, you know, like so many people do letterheads now on Canva. I'm not sure yet what they're doing with them, but I'm seeing a lot of letterheads. And also spreadsheets, documents, and email graphics. You can also do like content calendar, reports. All of these things you can do on Canva now. So if I were you, I see technology doing 2 things when I'm running a business. It's either going to help me automate things that I no longer want to do. Like if I don't want to be a PA, I can now have an AI agent who's my PA. It will automate things and save me time and save me cost and increase productivity. The second thing that technology does is collaborate with you. You must use technology to collaborate with your business. It's either automating things in your business or it's collaborating with you in your business. And you must always be thinking about those 2 things. What Canva does, it collaborates with you to help you grow your business. Then you can find other technology solutions that automate your business. And if you have these 2 things, automation and collaboration, you have a far greater chance. And then you wrap it all up in being great storytellers. People love stories. And you need to learn. Some of you have asked when I was walking around, what business are you in? Yeah, the stuttering. Like you freeze. Like you can't tell, like, what business are you in? And you need to tell me a story so that when I listen to your business, I'm like, that's the solution I want. And the other thing, when you all tell me stories, no one buys a product, no one buys a brand, no one buys a service. People buy solutions. Tell me a story about your solution. Stop telling me what it does. I don't care. I care about the solution, then I will attach value to the solution. When I go to the club, when I used to go to clubs, if I had a nice car key, that was the solution. Because I just needed to put it on top of the table and then it generates leads. And then I need to tell one story to generate conversion. That's a solution. No one has ever complained who bought Louis Vuitton that it's expensive. Because you're not buying Louis Vuitton, you're buying a solution. Let's say you have low self-esteem and then you have Louis Vuitton, now you feel confident. That's a solution. No one has entered a club with a petrol tank and said, I've got petrol, who wants to go with me? No one, that's not a solution. The solution is, I am mobile. We can go now and leave this club with me and I will take you home. That's a solution. So can you please tell stories that matter and use visual online platforms to help grow your businesses. Thank you very much. It's a Q&A. Apparently you have questions. You must ask me lots of questions. I'm very expensive and this is free.
Here's a question over here. Hi, can your platform do translation?
Oh yes, actually, thank you very much, ma'am. Actually, you've asked a good question. We actually, not long ago, we now have Afrikaans, Zulu, Xhosa embedded in Canva. Yeah, so you can move from English to Afrikaans, and you can move from Afrikaans to English. So embedded like Google Translate. When you use Google Translate, similar. Yes, African languages now. So not long ago, watch this space, we're gonna add an additional 10 African languages. That's why I'm here. I wanna make sure I populate it with African languages. Actually, Afrikaans is the second most used language in Canva. It's Afrikaans actually, it's not, the Zulu speakers and Xhosas are still dreaming, writing in English. The Afrikaners are working, they are working in their mother tongue.
Hi. Are there any copyright limitations with using visuals from Canva? So if I publish something with the images from Canva, am I going to get shut down with copyright?
No, there aren't, those are already approved visuals, so there are no copyright or copy infringement. What you can also do, you can load your own visuals. If you want to make it even more personal to you, you can create a Canva brain kit. And then you can also create your own visual content that you load, and then you can pull from your own visual content instead of from what is already there. And you can use whatever is there because we've already signed contracts with those partners. So for example, we'll have a contract with Disney. Like now, I'm trying to have contracts with the soccer clubs. Then when you go in there and you see Sundowns, it's already, there's an agreement with someone from Sundowns. So you can just, as a Sundowns fan, use the visuals and write a thing that Sundowns, we are number one all the time. All the time. And then you can do that. And then if you Kaiser Chiefs, I don't know what you say, but you say something, hey, they are winning now. Yeah, something like that, we are winning now. It won't be long, but we are winning now. So you can.
Thank you so much.